First real six string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Played it till my fingers bled. Hey rock stars, Erich Andreas, your guitar sage here with Choopy. Choopy's joining us today for our lesson, and we're going to learn Summer of '69 today by Bryan Adams, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through the different parts for you, and you can just kind of watch my hand as I'm playing, and then if you need more help, stick around in this video. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing, and maybe even point you to some more videos as well that would help support this song, okay? So let me play through the bits and pieces here. I won't play through the entire song, but I'll play through all the parts. So it's going to go something like this. First real six string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. I don't know all the lyrics to this song, but you get the basic idea. Okay, so this is the verse. Da, 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 da. That's when I met you, standing on your mama's porch. Da, 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 da. Oh, it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Okay, so that's going to be the verse, and then we got the bridge, which is we are the young and restless. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And then we're back into the verse again, right? Okay, and then in the end, there's a little bit of a solo that goes, get some different tone here. And that's the extent, really, of the solo, okay? So, let's talk about the bits and pieces here. If you haven't figured it out already, this song is in the key of D. It's also in 4/4 times, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting is always very important when it comes to music, because music without timing is just weird. There's timekeeping all the time. So either counting out loud, you're counting in your head, you're tapping your foot, something, okay? Really important. Okay, so let's talk about what chords are involved here, and we'll talk about the basic licks. So we have a D chord, an A chord, a B minor, and a G. And that B minor is a bar chord, okay? If you need help with any of these chords, you can go to YourGuitarSage.com and get the free ebook that I have there, and we'll explain all these chords to you in that ebook. I think I might even have something on bar chords in there. But if you need help on bar chords here on YouTube, just type in Bar Chords, Your Guitar Sage, and I will help you with your bar chord needs. Okay? So we got a D, D first real six string, A. And you don't have to hold a full-on open chord there. You can hit kind of a power chord. If you don't know what a power chord is, here on YouTube, type in Power Chords, Your Guitar Sage, and I'll show you what that is. But basically, it's a portion of a full chord. Bought it at the 5 and down. Played it till my fingers bled. A was the summer of '69. D again. So you could be playing this. The second time it comes around, there's like more full chords. You could play those full open chords. And then the B minor, which if you need help playing that B minor, make sure that your first finger is flat. You don't want a little bit of curl to it like this when you're playing your bar chord, otherwise it's going to sound really bad. And so a little tip is to take your thumb and drop it to where it's behind the back of the neck. That lets your bottom knuckle come out in front of the guitar neck, which is paramount for playing a bar chord. If your first knuckle here, the one that's actually connected to your hand. Aren't they all connected? But you know what I'm saying, this guy right here. If that's behind the neck, you will not play a bar chord well. You got to get it out in front, okay? So then you can start practicing your bar chord. Okay? All right, so we got a B, D, then it was G forever, B minor, never look back now. So this is my version of the A chord. You can play it like that, or you can play it like this. Knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. And then we're going into basically the beginning again, but I'm also playing the keyboard part. So there's this, and I'm playing that with what I call chord noodling, which is when you take a chord and you kind of play some melodies on top of the chord while you're holding the majority of the chord. So if you want to know more about this technique here on YouTube, type in chord noodling, YourGuitarSage. There you go, right? So the idea of chord noodling is when you hold a chord, and you're playing some sort of melody on the top. So I'm taking advantage of that for this lick. And so holding a D chord, you'd have, we're talking the first string now. Let's see, days of my life. So on the high E string, we got 2, 2, 3, 2, 0, 2. So really it's just that little melody there. 2, 3, 2, 0, 2. Easy enough, right? And then the A. Now what I'm doing here is kind of barring strings 2, 3, and 4 to form that A chord. Barring that right there with my first finger, and that lets these other fingers free to noodle, okay? When you're playing in the open position or you're playing with a capo, it really makes it easy to noodle and free up some other fingers to do some fancy stuff. That's why you see me play with a capo a lot. I could, like some folks on YouTube, they'll say, "You could play that in bar chords, you know." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I know bar chords, pal. Been teaching for 30 years. So it's not about bar chords and how much you can press down on the neck and if you're playing a 7-string guitar and you're tuning it down. It's not about that. It's about playing well at whatever you're doing. So don't let ego get in the way of music because it kills music, okay? So playing in these open keys will allow you to do all sorts of chord noodling like this, okay? And in this case here, on this A chord, we just play with our first finger right here instead of this. Now we got these 3 fingers freed up to do something really cool like that, okay? So on your A chord here, you can use your second finger to play the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. That's called the suspension. And then resolve it again. And that melody is, you're going to use your ring finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and then bring it back up to the, which is the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. So together, and I'm just going back and forth between the 1st and 2nd string. I'm strumming the chord and then going back and forth between 1st and 2nd string. So like, and then I'm doing something similar here. I strum that big old A. It's just back and forth between strings 2 and 3. Okay, so that's that basic lick there. Bridge, let's talk about that. Oh no, actually, so the chorus is, we talked about that, B minor, A, D, G. Okay, and during the chorus, he's kind of arpeggiating a little bit, so you get this. So give it a little bit of motion. If you just hit whole notes. Now when I look back now, and it will last forever. Those were the best days of my life. So that's still cool, but if you kind of noodle a little bit in between there, just kind of, it'll add a lot of life to this, okay? And it'll sound like two guitars in some ways. I did that. It's four guitars, but it won't sound like four guitars. It'll sound like two guitars. Okay, so then we've got the bridge, and the bridge goes, it's a key change, and we have F, power chord, B flat, power chord, C. So it goes, young and restless, needed to unwind. Now, a quick lesson on bar chords. You can watch the video, YourGuitarSage Bar Chords, here on YouTube, or I could teach you this to you real quick. Basically, you take the first, third, and fourth finger, and you're going to play just the bottom part of an F chord. Just those four strings, 6, 5, and 4. And you're going to use that same motion for all three of these chords. Okay, so just use that bottom portion. And when you're doing this, you notice I'm kind of hitting all the strings, so there's a little secret something there that you may not know that I'm doing. And what I'm doing is muting with my left hand. So kind of the behind the scenes thing is my first finger's bumping up into that sixth string, at least when I'm on the fifth string bar chord here. So it's muting that sixth string. And then what I'm doing is I've got my fingertip here, fingertip here, but then this part of my first finger is getting real lazy and just kind of barely grazing the strings, just laying on it, so that when I do pick all 6 strings, I get this sound. Muted, played, 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 mute, mute. So 2 and 1 are muted. And so this chord played here looks like that, played up here looks like that. It's the same thing. Okay, not that this chord's in the song, but I guess what I'm trying to tell you is you hold your hand like this and you get the formation for one chord, you have it for all the chords. Okay? And 6th string, you don't have to worry about a string above it. You just have to worry about muting with that part of the hand. Okay? So you got your bar chords there. Then we have a little melody at the end there. And this is based off of a D major scale. If you don't know your major scales, here on YouTube you can type in YourGuitarSage major scale. A lot of these videos that I'm telling you about are for beginners, intermediate, to get you kind of into the more advanced level. So make sure you check out that beginners playlist on my homepage after you subscribe. And you'll learn these techniques, and then for all the other videos I'm doing, it'll help you out. Okay, so this is a D major scale. And so I'm using the notes out of that scale, and it goes like this. I'm at the 14th position. I mean, my first finger is behind the 14th fret. And it goes, this is the 15th fret I'm playing. I'm going to bend 17. So I'm bending it up a whole step. I'm going to the 19th fret, bending it up a half step. So you can test this by playing the note above it and then bending up to it. If you have trouble with bends, this is a great way, a great practice for you to do. Play the note, bend up to it. Because you'll be able to hear that you're in pitch and you have a reference, okay? So that's the solo. It's basically just noodling around with those few notes, okay? And that, my friends, is Bryan Adams' Summer of '69. If you liked the video, hit thumbs up, please. And while you're at it, go to my channel and hit subscribe, where you can get these tasty licks in your email box every day. Anything that I'm doing here, you can do. It's not magic. It's just about learning what to do and how to do it. You know, having good instruction and practice will get you any place that you want to get to in life, whether it's on the guitar or becoming an accountant or anything else. So they're not tricks, no special abilities here. I have small hands, fat fingers. It doesn't matter what you got, you can play guitar, okay? I'm telling you that because I'm a living, breathing example of that. I sucked in the beginning, just like Jimi Hendrix and everybody else who just started playing guitar. They sucked. Then they practiced and they had good instruction and they got good. You can do the same. If you want more instruction, go to YourGuitarSage.com. I have a free ebook there that will help out a ton. I've got free blogs and all sorts of cool stuff. If you sign up on my email list, I give away my books for free. That's right, every month or so, sometimes 2 books a month, I give them away for free. So sign up on the list at YourGuitarSage.com. Free video course at UnstoppableGuitarSystem.com. You can't find anywhere else, not here on YouTube or any place. Go there. If you have dogs and cats, please spay and neuter them. I'm a big animal advocate. I'm Erich Andreas, your Guitar Sage. See ya. First real 6 string, bought it at the 5 and down. Played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. I don't know all the lyrics to this song, but you get the basic idea.